Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. We are out here, baby, in the heart of nature. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana. 10 secret behaviors of happy people. I meet people all the time who say they're unhappy, and what the hell happened? We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So a lot of people ask me, gosh, Ralph, you always seem happy. What's the secret? Because I've been sharing for so long. And I'm going to share with you 10 secret behaviors of happy people, and also give you a new perspective totally on happiness when it comes to becoming your greatest version. Now, I was inspired a long time ago by this John Lennon story. Okay, back in John Lennon's school, when he was a little boy, his teacher was asking everybody in the classroom, what do you want to be when you grow up? Did they ask you that too? Yeah, they asked me that too, right? And most of the children were saying, I want to be a doctor, a nurse, an engineer, football player, an actress. I want to make lots of money. And when the teacher finally asked John, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he said, I want to be happy. Slow motion this side. And what I've realized along my journey, living in this world, a lot of us, being happy is not our primary focus. No, it's either making lots of money, being famous, getting that job. So subconsciously, we don't even think being happy is that important. And that's why a lot of people on the planet aren't happy. We'll come to that later. So let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. Now, the first secret behavior of happy people is happiness is all about equilibrium. It's all about balance, okay? And happy people know this, that happiness is doing what you want, when you want, how you want. Now, for me, along my journey, I realized a sign I wasn't happy was because I wasn't doing what I want, when I want, how I want. Why? Because I was working for somebody else. Why? Because my life wasn't going too great. I didn't love myself enough, and I just thought, gosh, the world is terrible. Don't worry about it. Okay? So for me, happiness is all about freedom. And there's a reason why a lot of children, up until a certain point, are very happy, because they are in the present moment. They start to become very unhappy because we take them out of the present moment by asking them, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they're like, yeah, I want to be an engineer and this and that. So they're now just thinking about the future. They move out of the present moment, and now they become very miserable. Slow motion this side. So I'm more happy and more happy, feeling more happier every single day because I'm doing what I want to do, being in nature, sharing with people. When I want to do it, I could wake up at like 6 o'clock or do it at night, right? And how I want to do it. Can I get a hello? And it feels fantastic. What's the second secret behavior of happy people? And a sign that you are unhappy. Now, many people who are very happy always remind themselves of this. Okay? They always focus on what they have and the problems they don't have. So they consider themselves to be very fortunate for the position they're in. Now, a sign you're unhappy is that you focus on the problems you don't have, things you can't control, and you don't focus on what you actually do have. So for me, along my journey, I used to complain about gosh, if I was only at that beach right now, I would be happy. And this and that. And a lot of complaints. Not realizing, actually, I've got a lot going on for me. But because I didn't focus on that, I didn't see it. So ask yourself today, are you actually focusing on what you have and being grateful for the problems you don't have? I used to work in a hospital, like see people in the intensive care unit, and I'm like, goodness gracious, right? We take so many things for granted until it happens to you. So that's a secret behavior of happy people. The happiest people in the world are the most grateful. Scientific studies have shown that. Psychology studies have shown that, right? And I know from personal experience, like if I could wake up and just focus on one thing that makes me happy, the cat down the road, then the rest of the day is going to be great. Now, the third secret behavior of happy people, and a sign you possibly could be very unhappy. See, happy people love expressing a full range of emotions. Like, happy people don't suppress emotions. They express emotions, right? They don't feel guilt in feeling sad, in even having a little burst of anger here and there, right? They don't feel bad about it because it's human. So a lot of happy people, they get off their righteous high horse. A lot of people say, Ralph, you're so spiritual. I said, not me. No saints here, right? We are real. We're going through a whole range of emotions, baby. We're an alchemist. We're alchemists. We're wizards. We have to realize this. A sign a lot of people are unhappy is because you always want to be happy. You see, happy people don't mind if they've had a bad day, right? They just flip it around and say, okay, it happens, right? A lot of the times my days aren't always smooth sailing, but I do know this, that it doesn't have to be for me to be happy, because I'm going to make it happy. Slow motion this side. Once again, happiness is all about balance. That's all it is. Equilibrium. The more you deviate away from your equilibrium, you become very unhappy. Okay, and that is perfectly fine, because you need to deviate to actually appreciate the happiness. You need the highs and the lows. There were no lows, there would be no highs. Ever been on a roller coaster ride? Okay. And you're passing the camera like, yo, or you're just about to go down and you're like, ah. Now there's a point in the roller coaster where it's just like, you're just coasting along and it's pretty boring, right? Or if you've ever been on the teacups, right? But at the same time, there's a beauty in that, right? And happy people know how to really appreciate every single emotion running through their body. Unhappy people feel it's unacceptable to be negative. Why are you so negative? Like, I talk about the Matrix. I talk about how most people are enslaved to this system. Oh my gosh, that's so negative. Then I say, hey, don't worry about it. Oh, that's so positive. No, it's just how it is, right? It's not negative or positive. We're just expressing ourselves. Happiness is very subjective. Okay? But being negative and being positive, these are subjective experiences. Ultimately, it's about being authentic. And that's a secret behavior of happy people. They're not afraid to express what they're feeling. What's going on in their mind, baby? What's the fourth secret behavior of happy people, and a sign you may be unhappy and you don't know it? Ever held hot charcoal in your hand? Don't do it. Not smart, right? It's hot. And that's what it feels like to hold on to a grudge. You see, happy people realize holding on to grudges are like holding on to hot pieces of charcoal, expecting the other person to get burnt. Right? Happy people let go of grudges, right? They realize it's pointless. Because you see, all of that energy you're holding on to a grudge, it consumes you. It's not good for your health. So a lot of happy people let go of grudges. It doesn't mean that they forget what people have done to them. It just means that they're now going to focus on people who have actually been there for them. Great friends, family, right? They focus on these kinds of people. Now, a sign you're unhappy is because you are focusing on people who don't give you anything back. They take away your energy, right? They've never been there, yet you care. So unhappy people focus on people that don't serve them. They hold on to a lot of grudges. They hold on to that hot charcoal and they end up burning themselves. You got to have a very light heart. And that's a secret behavior of happy people. They realize, first and foremost, just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, we let it go. The fifth secret behavior of happy people. Talk to me. Now, let me share with you. We got over 700,000 subscribers on this channel. And I always said, okay, when I get 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to be so happy. And then it came and I'm like, whoa, actually, I'm a bit happy, right? But it didn't change a whole lot because I just realized why I started doing this was just to share to begin with. So I already got 1 million subscribers in my head. The numbers don't make a difference. But what does help is to see how far you've come, okay? And that's really what does help, okay? Happy people always see how far they've come. They appreciate where they are right now. But you see, when you allow people, places, or things, if you feel they're responsible for your happiness, you will always be disappointed. If you expect somebody to make you happy and they don't, you're screwed because it's going to be hard for you when they don't do that. If you expect, because you're at a beach, like I go to a lot of different beaches and I'm like, okay, this beach is supposed to make me happy. Then I get there, then I don't feel happy. I start blaming the beach, start blaming the sand. Looking really silly right now, right? Or this thing, like this new computer, this car should make me happy. Then you realize it's just a car, right? No, happy people realize they have to become the source of their own happiness. Happiness is an inside job. Slow motion this side. At the same time, people, places, and things will add to your happiness. Of course, I want to reach more people. Yes, it makes me even more happy, right? Of course, I want beautiful things, fancy accessories and computers and all of this stuff. Yeah, it adds to my happiness, but it doesn't make me happy. Of course, I want to share with people who also make me smile. Yeah, they add to my happiness, which was already there. Now, a sign you're unhappy is if you expect people, places, or things to bring you happiness. Because when they don't, you will feel totally miserable. So happy people realize, like, happiness is like growing vegetables in your own backyard and not asking me for any. I would give you some. What do you want? Some courgettes? Let's go for it. Number 6, the 6th secret behavior of happy people, baby. 7-day vegan challenge. Lots of people on Snapchat sending me like their food journey. It's inspiring for me. And growing up, I used to eat like Happy Meals, like in Mackie D's, right? And I realized like Happy Meals don't do much for me, right? Back then they were like, oh my gosh, so delicious. But after being a vegan for nearly 12 years, like I got a new Happy Meal. And that consists of a lot of acai, a lot of maca powder, a lot of hemp powder, and a lot of spirulina, right? Happy people know what food can do. Now, I'm not one of those like food artists like who do like food porn like on Instagram and put all of these like they arrange their food in such a sexy way. I'm like, you're gonna eat that, because the moment you eat that, it's gonna look real messy, like really messy. But while you haven't ate it, it looks fantastic, right? So for me, on the 7-day vegan challenge, like I love seeing people create a happy meal. And my happy meal every single day is just eating lighter, right? When I eat light, I feel better. It's like a happy meal, right? And I used to eat very heavy. Sometimes I would eat and I couldn't get off the chair. So it wasn't a happy meal, it was a sit-down meal, right? A happy meal for me is lots of fruits and veg. What I'm really getting into these days is a lot of Brazil nuts, right? A lot of avocados. And it feels great just to realize like food can actually make you smile. And even when you eat with people, it's even better. Because you don't even eat the food, you just end up talking about what you did last summer, right? And then you just like feel fantastic. And then the food gets cold. But you can laugh about it. The 7th secret behavior of happy people. Now, happy people, this is what I've learned along my journey, right? Is that I don't take myself that seriously. You should know that because I don't edit these videos. Right? And check this out. Hey, yeah, we're just having fun out here, right? I realized that I used to always take myself seriously and it wasn't making me happy because I was just like trying to be so serious and just like, then I realized a little secret. The more fun I was having, the less serious I took myself, the more growth occurred. And that's the magic secret. It's what I call the laissez-faire approach, right? The very laid back approach. Like happy people, yes, happy people make a hell of a lot of mistakes, but you would never know because they smile right afterwards like it was all part of the act, right? Yeah, right? Sometimes a model walks down the catwalk, a high heel breaks and she's like smiling. She styles it out like, yeah, she's on the floor like saying, I'm taking a selfie on the floor actually, right? Mistakes are how we grow. And happy people change how they react to mistakes. Like I skate every single day, more or less. And if I'm trying to do a new trick, it's going to be hard. And I always sometimes end up falling on the floor. I could laugh at myself at that. And that makes me even more happy. Now, a sign you're unhappy is if you are a hardcore perfectionist. Like, are you trying to get everything perfect, maybe never make mistakes, and you still feel like flipping terrible? Yeah, I was there too, right? I used to be like a kind of perfectionist, and I'm like, this is hard. Like, I don't know how you people do it, right? Life is full of cycles, meaning that you don't have to get it all right. You're not here to get everything right. You're here to experience life. Slow motion this side. Number 8, the 8th secret behavior of happy people, and a sign you're unhappy, is that happy people always know there is room for growth. Now, a lot of the times, because I'm always sharing with people how to become your greatest version, I always got to take a look at my own life to say I'm not like a saint. I'm not holier than thou. I still got problems, but my oh my, I'm working through them every single day, and I've seen where I've come from, right? And because I'm always doing this every single day, right, I'm learning, okay, how can I move more towards my happiness? And what I realized was to say that, okay, I want to work less, because I used to edit videos for a long time. Sometimes it would take 3 hours to do one video. And I said, this is not really fun. I want to be on the beach more. I want to go into nature more. At the same time, when I started to do that more, I said, maybe this wouldn't be a good idea. But I still did it, right? I still did it because I realized the importance of being happy at all times. Now, growth started to happen, right? So ask yourself today, do I feel I can improve in some area of my life? Like I realized, okay, along my journey, I had to stop like stressing over every little thing, like just trust the universe more, right? So happy people are always about taking a look at their lives and seeing how they can improve their lives. Now, a sign you're unhappy is when you sometimes feel you have arrived, right? Like there is no more room for growth. I know everything, because you're going to run it. Like the universe is going to send you some lessons, baby, right? Sometimes I talk about like a subject and then the universe tests me on it. Give you an example, like how to stay calm. Like the universe, I make a video, how to stay calm, and then the car breaks down. I'm like, oh, sugar, shit. Why did I just make a video on that? Now I've got to put everything I've spoken about into perfect practice. The universe is like, I told you so, right? There is always room for growth. And if you think that you have, like you are a perfected being, chances are you're going to actually see why you still got more to improve upon. Like I'm always becoming, ing, my greatest version. We ain't finished yet, baby. Oh no. Now, the 9th secret behavior of happy people, and a sign you may be unhappy. You see, happy people aren't into comparing themselves to other people. Why? There's a simple reason why a lot of happy people don't do this. Because the moment you start comparing yourself to other people, you're going to feel depressed. Like if I compare myself to someone who's got like 15 million subscribers, actually I'll say that's fine actually. Because once again, we're just having fun out here, right? And when I talk about the third eye and all of this stuff, this is amazing. Like, gosh, this many people are diving deep. Woo! Right? But you see, a lot of us, we compare our lives to other people. Sometimes you're driving through a very posh neighborhood and there's all of these $1 million homes, fancy homes, and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel so inadequate. So you should. Don't worry about it. People are people. At the end of the day, everybody eats and everybody goes to the toilet. So when you realize this, a lot of happy people are always about creating something that makes them stand out, right? They're not into competing, they are into cooperating, right? They realize everybody can shine. You see, unhappy people feel that only I can shine. Everybody else get off the podium. It's only about me, me, me. And that's why a lot of unhappy people have the narcissistic personality trait. Why? Because they feel that there isn't enough to go around. Like happy people are very carefree people, and they always realize that, like, I'm happy. Like, do whatever you want. Be happy. Right? They realize that like comparing yourself to other people doesn't even make sense, because like you're comparing your chapter 1 with their chapter 8. It just doesn't even make sense. And also, like, they're here for a totally different reason than you. Not every person came to planet Earth to learn the same lesson. Slow motion this side. And the 10th secret behavior of happy people, this is what's helped me along my journey. Like, I like to see people happy. Like, I like to see people like just smiling. Now, that's a sign you are moving in the direction of your true happiness, because you see, happy people love to see other people happy. They love to see people happy, succeeding, really getting it, because happiness, it means you are coming from a place of abundance. A sign you're unhappy is when you aren't happy for other people's success. And along my early journey, I used to be a little secret hater for a little bit. Then I had to check myself to say, that's why my life isn't going anywhere. You see, when you are really doing things, when your life is really moving forward, you are so like concerned about what you're doing. You're like, if someone else gets on, goes far, you're like, go for it. You know what it takes. So when I see people who are making videos and they're growing, I'm like, good for you, because it's not easy. But I want to see people succeeding. That's why I share every single day to help millions to become their greatest version. It feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Yeah. Have a beautiful day. You're just having fun. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You.